Welcome back to the lab. So what's wrong with it? Apart from that, that's the passenger side. My bad. My bad. Are you ready for some of the worst graphics in the world? Here's some terrible graphics, right? Here's the ute. This is on flat ground. Here's the ute. Here's the trailer. Here's the back of the trailer, which is dovetailed. Here's some ramps that come down like this, and my other ramps that I've built, so that I can drive the race car up without crunching the splitter. Okay, so that all works really good. That's all set up, works perfectly, and we don't crunch the splitter. I can put the race car on there without these ramps, but just it's a bit rough. It just crunches the splitter a little bit. What I need is longer ramps, but then they don't fit in the back of the ute. And I've only just modified the trailer to put longer ramps on there, so I haven't quite got to that bit. Now at Taupo, when I wanted to put the car up on the trailer to have a look underneath and see if there was anything wrong with the driveline, as it turns out I wouldn't have found it at Taupo anyway. I thought I was being clever and I put the ute on some grass that's downhill, so that the trailer had an angle. Well, that made it easier to go on the ramps here. So then I had the ramps, but my mistake was the angle. This is exaggerated greatly. The curvature of the pit lane road, it's got quite a lot of camber on it. Lifted the back of the car up, so when we were going onto the ramps hooked. They crashed underneath the second set of ramps and destroyed everything. It's the end of the world. Not really. Not really. It doesn't matter too much. So, I checked all these bolts. These ones for my adapter onto the gearbox. Mint. Perfect. The bolts for this CV joint onto the adapter onto the transfer case. Pretend that's a transfer case, shall we? That's mint. However, up in here, this beautiful thing here, that's aluminium. It's what is it? 7075 T6. It's good. It's real good, strong aluminium. That's going in steel. These were Loctited, but oh look, actually it's that loose. That is moving. I put my Allen key on there to check. They've backed off. They've come loose. There's going to have to be something a bit better than that, or it's going to be a maintenance thing, so I have to check them every couple of times I drive the car or something like that. So anyway, it's not really presenting any. Oh yeah, it is. You got to grab it just the right way and you can get it to wriggle and jiggle. So I could take that off and make sure we haven't damaged anything with fretting, but that's what our vibration will have been. That would have moved out of center by next to nothing, and I was just being mega fussy. I could feel it, and you might have seen in the video I gestured to the rear vision mirror. I was going to try and adjust it but couldn't reach it, and it moved out of position because the car had a bit of vibration. So I'll there's one of these on the front too, right? Don't worry about that. There. So I've got to check that one as well. The problem is you can't get to it without taking it right out. So we'll take this right out and take it all to pieces and make sure everything's good. And put it all back together Loctite and just drive these to about 60 trillion Newton meters of torque and we should be all right. I'm joking. Of course, I'll look up what they are supposed to be and torque them to that. Next shaft out. So that one's I'm going to call it the primary shaft to the rear end. It's the first section. Transfer case. Sorry, other end. Transfer case. Hanger bearing. And then this next section that's back here goes to the rear diff, which is back here somewhere. So that's the section that goes off to the rear diff. That's the adapter onto the transfer case. The front goes on. Just turn that on. Is that better? That's worse, probably. So all those ones are fine. It's only these ones that were loose. It looks like we've got a leaking. It's too bright, eh? Yeah, you can see that better. We've got a leaking seal arrangement in the front of this, which goes through into the oil. So that's actually allowed some fluids to come out, which is why these bolts have come loose. they've been lubricated and they shouldn't be, and that's where that problem's come from. So it's just as well I erred on the side of caution and didn't go back down to Taupo to have another crack, because it would still have had an issue. It's not something that you can fix without taking the shaft out, finding those are loose, and then going through making sure everything else is all right. That's that out front. This is where the front diff goes onto this surface here. This might be loud, but just to confirm, these are all bang on. There's no issues here at all. They're not moving, so that's good. That wasn't loose. Now that I've taken it apart to check, it's the only way to do it, unfortunately. Custom build. Terrible view. There you go. That's better. Custom build, like a factory would do better, and they'd spend a heck of a lot more time, effort, and money designing it and building the parts and whatever. This is fit for purpose. It could be a bit better. I have got some other ideas in my head, but they involve thousands of dollars. I didn't really want to spend that right now, so I'll take it apart, make sure everything else is good, put it all back together, and we'll be good to go for the next time I want to use it. So we were doing so well. We were putting this car back together, and then I had a little altercation with 3/8 ratchet that I don't know what happened actually, whether the bolt broke or whether the socket just slipped off the end of the bolt. I was going to go inside and decided I was going to get that back, the transfer box back in the car, and just bolt it up, not put the drive shafts back in or anything, and I was literally on the second of 3 bolts. And I tried to insert a 3/8 ratchet into my skull. Not good. Nearly unconscious. It was a good hit. It's, very large split just here. Off to A&E. Blood everywhere, all over the workshop. Bit of a mess to clean up. When you're feeling tired and you think you should go inside, you should go inside. Anyway, disasters aside, that's all buttoned up again. Everything goes round. It's good. It's good to go. My head's pretty much fixed. There's a little bit of Frankenstein-ness going on there. That'll be fine. Never mind. Right, so that's about it, really. Car's needing a clean. Up under here is filthy. It's giving us a little bit of an insight as to how the airflow goes on under here. You can see the dirt trails, leaving patterns. Air's going that way, so a couple more fences under there required. Mirror image is hard to deal with. There. Some fences in this general area here to straighten out the flow a little bit better, try and deal with some of that tyre squirt. Tyre squirt's just a technical name for, or term used for airflow that's coming along here nicely. It gets to tyre sits a little bit higher up and there's weight on it, right? But it gets to here, it's pushed down into there where it contacts with the ground, squirts out either side. That way we don't care about. This way we do care about, because it's putting more air under here and stopping the diffuser working as good as it could do. Not that it's a work of art, but it should work right. But we can put some more fences a little bit lower, but the risk is they get smashed a bit, so I guess we can make some sacrificial ones, and then things might go more better. Okay, a couple of events coming up. There's one on actually next weekend I'm thinking about, but we'll see. Let you know what they are, when they are, and when they are. Better do some more stuff on that low cost 7. Alright, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.